Pizza time.
Hey, have you guys seen... If not, y'all should give it a watch. It's pretty great.
It's about time.
When I turned on the first episode of Invincible, I was pretty whatever about it. The way things start off, it seemed fine. The art was a little low budget looking, probably because all the money went to the voice cast. The characters featured appeared to be just plays off of DC's Justice League, that had already been done before, and it seemed like it was just trying to be edgy and cool with all the gore and cursing, which there's nothing wrong with. I was just hoping for something a little more than an animated version of The Boys. Then the ending happened.
Oh no.
There goes any hope of this video ever being monetized. I was speechless. It was almost like the show knew what I was thinking and subverted my expectations in this one beautifully bloody scene. The Great Value Justice League I thought this show might follow, alongside Mark on his journey to becoming a superhero, were killed off in such brutal fashion that the blood and gore I thought this show might play up was actually played into, enabling Invincible to carve its own identity amongst all the carnage, while you just sit there like... And then it just cuts to black. What a powerful note to end the first episode on that sort of hook you in and leave you with a question.
Why?
That question will continue to be asked, and as the plot continues to unfold and things begin to ramp up, you get closer and closer to that answer. However, by the time the truth comes to light, you almost don't want it to. Not because you don't want to know why, but because you already do. And you don't want the characters to. Because you know what will happen, and you don't want it to. Because they were happy. Because the betrayal of a loved one hurts more than any brutal beatdown to near death ever could. Let me explain. You see, Invincible's greatest strength doesn't lie within the superheroes of its world or its kick-ass violent action, but rather within the Grayson family and their relationships with one another, where things are most vulnerable. The show spends a surprising amount of time developing its cast and their connections to each other that you really begin to feel for them, in part due to some great writing, but it's the voice acting that really sells you on things and invests you in their story. The voice actors say their lines with such conviction and emotion that it makes the people in this world feel real. With real lives,
I've got you. Don't move.
real relationships, and real consequences.
How could you do this?
That was your fault.
Which is why, when the masterful season finale begins, and the curtain is finally pulled back to reveal the answer, you don't want it to be. Because the truth, it hurts. After spending an entire season watching our young protagonist struggle to live up to his father's greatness, and the expectations that come with that, it all comes crashing down when he realizes, at the end, what we knew from the start. It was all a lie. Or so Omni-Man tries to tell him. The emotions his final battle is able to bring out, as Mark desperately tries to reach for some humanity within his father, while Nolan fights to convince not just his son, but also himself where his loyalties truly lie, is heartbreaking.
You want to die for this planet? Fine! What's 17 more years? I can always start again. Make another kid.
You feel every punch as Nolan beats his denial into Mark. That his humanity was never really there. That he is Omni-Man. Mark, despite the odds, remains resolute.
I won't let you.
Holding on to the humanity that he knows is within his father,
See that?
Nolan.
Did you see? Oh, that was amazing!
Yeah. Yeah, I saw.
Invincible shows his strength not through his punches or power, but through his will. His tenacity.
Damn it!
It can't be broken. It won't be broken. It's invincible. Mark is invincible.
Kids your age think they're invincible, and it holds them back, makes them careless. The thing is, you're different. You actually are invincible.
Think, Mark! You'll outlast every fragile, insignificant being on this planet. You'll live to see this world crumble to dust and blow away! Everyone and everything you know will be gone! What will you have after 500 years?
You, Dad. I still have you.
Mark is right. And Nolan knows it.
Dad?
Invincible is a show with an ironic title. Despite its impervious connotation or the show's fantastical superhero alien universe, it all manages to feel more real and more grounded than any comic book adaptation I've seen in a long time. By telling a coming-of-age story that manages to balance expectations, relationships, and responsibility, all in such a relatable way. It feels more like a Peter Parker story than a Peter Parker story has in a long time, and that's really saying something. Invincible, much like the character the show is named after, is on its way. While some of the animation could certainly see some improvement, and some plotlines aren't as strong as others, it's the overarching themes and main story being told that is nothing short of incredible. It's a show that doesn't pull any punches while simultaneously dialing the action back enough to give the world the depth it needs, to make those punches hit harder. Give Invincible a watch. You won't regret it.